Bonjour, comment allez-vous?
Hi, quick guide as to how to play the character Aknight with his newly established Euphoria update. TLDR of all of this is you want to spam out both of your incantations as much as possible, and then you want to kill with your ultimate. If you want a more in-depth explanation, here it comes. It is very easy and straightforward. So now when you enter battle you gain 4 stacks of something called Virtue and a stack of Rousing Morale, which for one attack, because you have 1 stack, you deal 50% increased damage. Alright. Every time at the start of the round, if Aknight has at least 2 stacks of this Virtue, you cast your ultimate immediately for free, and this counts as an extra action. So on turn 1 you're gonna cast your ultimate for free immediately, and on turn 2 you do the exact same. You want to of course gain Virtue stacks from now on, from time to time, to as much as possible hit these 2 stacks to cast your ultimate for free. So how do we accumulate these stacks of Virtue? That is very simple. You kill with your ultimate. For each enemy you kill with your ultimate, you gain 1 stack of Virtues. So from turn 2 onwards, from turn 3 onwards I should say, every time you would kill 2 enemies with your ultimate, you use your ultimate 1 time for free. Alright. Then his incantations, they deal more damage now. Right here, his incantation number 1 called Justice, it's a 1 target attack. If you kill with it, you would grant yourself a Moxie. That is something to keep in mind, but you would rather kill with your ultimate, so this is not too much of a big deal. This now profits from Ultimate Might, and it grants you Ultimate Might every time you use it. Same story for his incantation number 2 called Glory, which is a mass attack that deals damage to 2 enemies. Every time you use it, you gain critical damage bonus on your ultimate. And this attack also profits from Ultimate Might. What this boils down to in the end, needless to explain for a character that acts as a main DPS, but you want to use his incantations as much as you possibly can and even rank them up to accumulate as many stacks of this ceremonious Ultimate Might and the critical damage. You should put a little bit more emphasis onto his incantation number 1, because Ultimate Might is a little bit more beneficial than critical damage, because again, in order for you to make the use out of critical damage, you would need to crit in the first place, right? So flat ultimate might is more consistent. And you can see here that when you use this on rank 1, you get 8 stacks of ultimate might. On rank 2 you get 10, and then on rank 3 you get 12. That's why it is very beneficial to rank these incantations up, to stack up on these on these ceremonious stacks, in fact, as fast as you possibly can. And that's really about it. A little bit of a side note here is his insight. It changed from you dealing more damage to targets that are low HP. That is now changed, and you deal more damage to targets that have a lot of remaining HP. And that's gonna be about it. Now we can look as to how this looks in battle. And here we are. He will tell you immediately that when the trumpet sounds, the judgment day has come. So yeah, he's very simple and straightforward, as I already said. You pretty much just play the ultimate archetype team as you are used to, just now with Aknight. You gonna use the ultimate from Melania right out of the gate, because this gives you fixed plan, that increases your ultimate might, and both of Aknight's incantations, they profit from ultimate might. That is what you're gonna do first. Then you're gonna start channeling with Getian. You're gonna apply Passion Drain with Melania to your enemies, in this case both of my enemies, and now I'm gonna use my mass attack to profit from the passion drain that I just applied with Melania.
Time waits for no one, even for a great people.
Of course, you know, this grants us Moxie as fast as possible, right? I mean, at this point you know how to play the ultimate archetype team. I'm 100% certain of that. Now on turn 2.
His trumpets sound.
We will hear the trumpet sounds again.
The judgment day has come.
And the judgment day has come. Now, in order to cast our ultimate again for free, we would need to be able to kill enemies. In this particular stage here, that will not be possible, right? So in the Voyages and in the Reveries, Aknight is pretty much useless because he cannot make use of his biggest strength. He doesn't even have an afflatus that would be very effective in a lot of stages either. So he's only here, as I explained many times, to clear piss easy content extremely fast, because you do not even have to press a single button at the start of the round, right? Remember that you use your ultimate. If you kill an enemy with it, you use your ultimate again and again and again and again, right? It will be a cycle where you don't even have to press a button anymore. So that's about that. Now on turn 2, of course, right, we're gonna start channeling with Getian's ultimate. We're gonna apply Passion Drain to our opponent one more time. We use our one target attack, or yeah, like however you applied Passion Drain, you act accordingly, right? I used the one target attack now with Melania, so I'm gonna use the one target attack with Aknight as well, because here more emphasis onto the incantation number 1 because of the ultimate might, right? I explained that earlier. Remember, on turn 2 you want to use your one incantation with Robushka so that you apply or get access to her ultimate on turn 3. So this is the exact perfect rotation. You have to use every single AP that you have correctly here, otherwise you not play it optimally. Let me just say it like that. It's very important though, trust me.
Never warns about its changes.
And yeah, this is exactly how you play the first 2 rounds. Then now from round 3 we're gonna have Robushka's and Aknight's ultimate. So that's gonna be a lot of fun there. Robushka is one turn delayed. I forgot about that, my bad. It's not a big deal. We could now delay using Aknight's ultimate to gain access to Robushka's ultimate first before we use Aknight's ultimate, but it is not too much of a big deal. Because yeah, Aknight, if you have his ultimate, you want to use it right away because you cannot store access Moxie. So we of course gonna go ahead and do exactly that straight out of the gate, because you know, I know in this stage I will not be able to kill one of my enemies with my ultimate, so I will just use it straight up to deal damage. But you know, something that you want to always keep in mind as well is that you would want to use Aknight's incantations right now to grant him this critical damage and ultimate might before you use your ultimate. So let's go ahead and actually do that. We're gonna use his incantation number 1 first, then we're gonna use our Ashen Beast incantation number 2 again, right, to apply the ultimate might and the critical damage before we use our ultimate. In the perfect world, you would of course use Robushka's ultimate first, then Aknight's incantations, and then his ultimate.
Follow the will of God.
Oh, I have one more incantation with Aknight, my bad, I didn't see that. So let's go ahead, we're gonna use that. we're gonna use all the incantations that we have with Aknight, and then we're gonna use his ultimate.
Never hesitate.
And that's really how you play Aknight. It is really that simple. You just want to spam out his incantations as much as possible. The first 2 turns in this specific team are in fact pretty important, so play them as I played them, and after that, from like round 3, turn 3 onwards, just spam Aknight's incantations as much as you can, rank them up, and that's gonna be about it. As soon as you have his ultimate available, you're gonna use that, right? It's really as simple as that. So let's play this turn out. Yeah, now we killed an enemy, we got a virtue, and boom, we use our ultimate again for free. The Judgment Day has come. One more time, right? Here we're gonna rank up our incantations, preferably the incantation number 1, right? We're gonna use Melania's ultimate. We're gonna spam. Yeah, we're not gonna spam. See, Melania's ultimate first for the fixed plan. Then we can use Robushka's ultimate on Aknight, even though we don't have Aknight's ultimate ready. But his incantations profit from all this ultimate might and all this critical damage that Robushka gives us through her ultimate, right? So we benefit from this ultimate no matter what, and we benefit from it a whole bunch. You know, there is a reason we play this exact team, right? Every single member here makes perfect sense and everything perfectly comes together.
Now, give us a big smile.
Fight for the unarmed.
Fight for an army. I'm just kidding, of course. But yeah, you know, this is how simple it is. That is how to play Aknight. Let's take a look at his signature, or his best in slot, Psychube, and his resonance real quick. Let's talk about his Psychube first. You saw her, it's balance, please. That's his best in slot. You can see flat out ultimate might, and when the carrier attacks, if they do not have an afflatus advantage, which we will almost never have over the enemy, then our damage dealt is increased by 12% because we are from the primal afflatus. It doesn't get better than that. It's pretty much like, it's perfect, you know what I mean? And for his resonance, you're gonna use something like this here with the special piece called Elucidation, and you focus everything you have onto gaining as much attack, flat attack, out of your resonance as possible. Sprinkle some critical hit rate on top of it, and you're gonna have the perfect resonance build for the character Aknight. If you wanna use this exact resonance, I'm gonna leave a link in the description down below. And that's it about the video, guys. I hope this was fun and informative. If you like Reverse1999 content in general, please consider leaving a follow on my channel. I would really appreciate it. But until next time, take care of yourselves, have a great day. Don't forget to join the Discord server, and we love this game.